Hello, my lovely, lovely Leos. Welcome to your reading. We're just going to jump right in. Normally, what this kind of message is really telling me is that there is a lot of anxiety happening, specifically around, well, a couple of things. One is that what it is that you want to do, you can't be successful in it, right? Like, there's been a lot of beliefs absorbed through your environment and through the people around you that what it is that you truly want to do is just not a viable option, that it would be like a waste of time, that it's something that's more of like a hobby, maybe even childish. People might think that wanting to pursue something like this with your life, I was about to say career field, but that didn't even feel right. But just wanting to pursue what it is that you want to do with your life, people are like, they're not so sure because of their own limitations. This is feeding, though, a kind of anxiety around just being like successful, going after what you want. And this is like, we'll get into it, but I'm sensing there's a lot of anxiety around like someone being out to get you in a way, someone just kind of having it out for you, someone that like you really just don't feel safe around them, with the base chakra being emphasized here. And I'm getting this is because in your past there has been some issues around like trusting your intuition when you have not felt safe around people, or this is connected to work as well, like putting your faith in endeavors or putting your faith in people, or kind of just trusting someone else's, what someone else is saying, someone else's information over your own. So Leo, this reading is all about kind of getting rid of that and stepping outside of that cycle where you feel like there are experts like in your field that you should be listening to over yourself. In the recent past, it's showing a lot of shadow over. This feels almost a bit stagnant, because of indecision, and like it could just a back and forth within the mind that was keeping us locked in certain dynamics and partnerships that were not fulfilling. This is talking about ignoring what it is that you feel like would make you feel good because other people are telling you that something else should make you feel good. This is doubting that you have the ability to create whatever kind of reality that you desire for yourself that would make you feel the best, because just somewhere along the line, you had been made to feel that that was not right, or that you were not worthy or deserving or just not even capable, that what you want to do with your life is almost impossible to achieve, is like what this whole shadow is kind of going around. In the present moment, though, I see you moving away, like intentionally moving away from that kind of thought process, those kinds of beliefs, which is amazing. And I'm super proud of you. You may be having to kind of defend your position a little bit. Some of your ideas, I'm getting about like just the world in general, like your ideology might be a little outside of what the people around you um think, and what they I'm just getting like your perception is like opening up, like widening, truly, to all the possibilities that you have, that you can really conquer whatever kind of obstacle you are perceiving to be in the way right now. There is something specifically here, around work, around how you spend your time, around, and I'm even getting this feels like there's kind of a double-edged sword here, where it's like a kind of needing to find the middle ground between play, like things that you really enjoy doing, things that light you up, and then like the kind of hard work, dedication, just like zeroing in and focusing. And I think the struggle is finding the bridge between the two, because I'm hearing that cliche, like, if you find yourself in it like a career that you love, you never work a day in your life kind of thing. But I think you're like you are so kind of just conditioned by the thought that like work has to be work, and then play is play, and they're separate, but they're not separate. And your success truly lies in blending the two. And I'm just seeing like people will eventually be asking you like, how did you do that? How did you know how, you know what I mean? That kind of a thing. Um, in the near future, there I'm getting a kind of revisitation of a relationship dynamic. This could be a literal relationship. This could be a business partnership. This could even be, because we're connected here to the root chakra, this could be um it's just tied to a relationship that makes you feel safe and secure. So put that where it fits. Yes, this is a relationship and a kind of dynamic that has created quite a bit of anxiety. This is what I was getting at the earlier part of the reading, where it's like the anxiousness and the overthinking is in a way making it challenging for your intuition to come through, right? Like there are certain things that, especially when it comes to like friendships and in your personal relationships, if there's some type of turbulence that's happening there that is like making you just feel anxious, or it's something that you think about late at night, it's the kind of thing that when kind of the world settles down and everything gets quiet, like it's the thing that's on your mind. It's blocking your intuition. And there's, and again, it's not to say that like you shouldn't be aware and like allow people to earn your trust, but it's getting to the point where it's like you are suspicious of everything and everybody, including your own success, in a way that is impeding your success. And it's because this shadow hasn't fully cleared yet of you just doing what it is that you want to do. You know what I mean? This is about your own personal self-fulfillment. This is not about checking other people's boxes. If you are also holding on to any past relationship dynamic or past, this feels more in the social circle, and it feels almost like an ostracization, if that is a word, but it feels like there's like a lot of fear around being ostracized. There's a lot of fear around like what people will say, specifically, even like if there are certain people that will maybe turn their back, excuse me, on you, if you were to just fully like live your life the way that it makes you, you know, feel happy. There's that kind of thing. And it's not to say that maybe there aren't people who just, you know, your paths no longer run parallel, and that's okay if you just naturally have to walk away. But again, there's a bit of clouding around the intuition here. And then the last little nod is like, if there's any kind of vice that you do that you have been thinking about dropping, you should trust your intuition on that. You should absolutely and I'm getting more like health related things. If there's something that you're doing that you feel like is really not doing anything for you besides kind of maybe numbing a kind of pain, um we need to find healthier ways to kind of channel whatever is causing that, which the reading is pointing towards anxiety, you know, anxious feelings, overthinking. What are ways that we can ground and kind of bring ourselves to a place of safety and security? The root chakra is really emphasized in this reading. And I'm really getting mostly around health and like feeling solid. Like maybe something is going on with your actual body right now where you're wanting to maybe like change the foods that you're eating. There are a lot of different ways to kind of balance out the root chakra and ways to do that practically and physically. I know like eating a lot of red kinds of foods and just having intentionality behind that is like one really basic kind of a way. I'm seeing someone eat like a red apple. Um, but focusing on your safety and feeling that you are safe enough to be like in relationships with people and trust yourself that based on their actions and what it is that you know, whatever the result is, what they bring to the table, so to speak, but the product of that, you will trust and like make judgments from there. And if you need to walk away, trust that you will have the ability and the strength and the courage to walk away and not allow someone to kind of push any boundaries or make you feel unsafe. You know what I mean? Let's pull an oracle. Why have I been getting two for each reading? I don't know. But we pulled a number 3, Gemini, which says rescue, and number 24, Aquila, which is power. We did Gemini yesterday. If you have Gemini somewhere in your chart that is a prominent placement, like your sun, moon, or rising, maybe check out that reading. There could be a message in there for you. Okay, the advice, it says you cannot save everyone, especially if they do not wish to be saved. Ask permission when giving advice. You have no right to control others. Act out of true compassion, not pity. Keep your own focus. Do not covet what others have. Real rescue in times of crisis is one of the highest deeds of humanity. All right, and number 24, power. It says you have power. It is real. True power means ethical power. Hold on to your boundaries. True power involves service and benevolence. Strong leaders lead by example. You know when you are in the presence of power. All right, Leos, that's all I have for you guys. I hope that this reading helped. Did I already say that if you know your sun, moon, and rising, we're doing all of the readings? 2 will be posted every day this week, so check them out. And I'll see you guys next time. You know the deal. I appreciate all the button pushing. And I already said that I will see you guys next time. Bye.